Hello guys and welcome to this new video. This is going to be a patch review. I wanted to quickly inform you guys how we're going to be doing this from now on. Every second Thursday we'll be doing a patch review of the patch, and every other Thursday we're going to be doing a god guide. So in 1 week from now there's going to be a Secret god guide out. I'm going to try and do my very best. I'm already sitting down right now, like writing it out how I want it and everything. So that's kind of good. We're moving to a bit of a more consistent schedule right now, where we have like ranked gameplays early on, and then we move later in the day. We have these consistent videos, like there's gonna be one viability a week, there's gonna be one casual a week, there's gonna be one how to go pro a week, there's gonna be one like what's the Saturday one, class of EmilZy every week. So we have like these consistent videos, but Thursday is gonna be like semi-consistent. We're gonna have half of the times we're gonna have patch review, and the other times we're gonna have god guide. So that means we'll be trying and making one god guide every second week. So let me, what gods would you like to see me like do guides on? That was a little update. Let's move on to the patch review. This is obviously the hero of the Trojan War. Achilles is now in the game of Smite. Well, he isn't yet, but he will be next week, right? Yeah, he's obviously Greek. There's this story with him in the War of Troy. Can't really remember it, even though I read Percy Jackson, so it's kind of bad. Sorry about that. Anyway, going over Achilles real fast. Again, this is not going to be super in-depth. This will just be like a first reaction to the patch notes. I want to mention I really disliked how they did the patch notes now, with the buffs and nerfs and super bad patch note shows. So it's just Tina making not very good jokes, honestly, about the vlog. The lock, it's not. They have to get better at that. Anyway, his passive gifted gas. Achilles adapts to the tide of battle. Achilles can choose to wear armor, granting him bonus health and protections, or forgo it, granting him bonus movement speed and physical power. Armored bonus. Achilles gains 35 plus 10 health per level and 5 plus 1 protection per level. So what's that? That's like 235 health and 25 of each prot. Unarmored, he gains movement speed 3 plus 0.25, so that's 8%, right? And then 10 plus 2 physical power, which is 30 power. So it's kind of like Tyr's passive on his 3 is how I think is the best like comparison to it. Shield of Achilles. I think it's really strong passive for a warrior. I think this guard looks pretty damn sick in general. Is he going to be a support? We'll have to do a viability review on him, definitely. It's going to be super fun to do that. Shield of Achilles. Achilles punches forward with the edge of his shield, inflicting massive damage and stunning enemy targets hit by the impact. The force of his punch continues to radiate past his initial target, dealing 80% damage. Targets further away, damage, blah blah blah. Pretty good scaling, and the stun is 1.5 seconds. It looked pretty strong. It's like a Shibalonki too, but the darts doesn't get stopped, and if you're in the like center of the cone, you get stunned. His 3 is this dash where Achilles is blessed by the guards, giving bonus physical power, protection, and crowd control reduction. Wait, oh no, that's not his 2. That's not his dash. The 2 is his where he heals. It's basically Gladiator's shield, just on the guard. So Gladiator's heal with his guard, and the 2 you're gonna be healing so much. It's gonna be insane. Pretty decent ability. I think it's gonna be pretty sick. Especially because it's 3 procs twice. The dash, and moving on to the dash, Achilles like he dashes, and then he gets this Athena reach like spear that's a lot broader. I think you can compare it to like a Kukulin 1, and he fires it out, and if he hits that, he gets to dash another time and fire another one out, and then he doesn't get more after that. This ability costs like 40 mana, and on a 10-second cooldown. It's a double dash on a 10-second cooldown. It's gonna be super hard to deal with. And then there's this super stupid thing, in my opinion, in his ult, where he's just gonna get this huge execute ult where he can execute people. It's honestly super crazy. If they are under 30% health, he can execute, and if he lands to execute, he gets to use it again in the next 10 seconds. He's gonna take increased damage from every enemy he executes though by 10%. Don't think that's really gonna matter. It does so much damage as well. 540 plus 100% of your physical power. It's just good damage ability as well. Like, so yeah, first thoughts on Achilles. I think he's gonna be super strong. I'll have to see it myself. But I'm gonna call him that he's gonna be one of those OP gods. Again, this is gonna be a bit of a faster faster paced patch notes review. Skins, that's cool. This is like the red before. The Wukong is okay. The Chang'e, not really too impressed with that, but the fucking Fafnir skin, man, you're gonna catch me playing that Podo Gold Fafnir, the dragon. It looks like a dragon, you know, from like, it looks like a pool animal or whatever you say, like the one you chill in with the pool, you know, the big dragons. It looks like that. It's sick. Playful bunny new. I don't even want to say anything about that skin because that skin is meh. And then these her minions. Imagine like if they actually did a proper skin for her, not this nude fucking shit, like. But the 2 is like the coolest thing ever. So bad skin, but the 2 animation is insanely good. I wish they would like make Smite a bit less like porn related, honestly. I think it's too much bug fixes. They fixed an issue where guard selections icons would take too long to load up, time to load when first entering match lobby. Didn't really like have this. Fixed an issue where Sol would stop animating. Didn't really see this either. Fixed an issue where moving cap ability was described as a pet ability. That was with his mage's blessing, right? That was relevant or something. Fixed an issue where pool silence full had an incorrect tide number. Fixed an issue where the Morrigan's icon would be revealed on the minimap even when stealthed. So this was super weird. Like it was one of the things you could kind of aim what her as well. Or not aim, but her like wall hacker. It was like you had wall hack. Had that happen to me a couple of times, but you didn't. It was just a bug. Fixing the issue where Discord's passive ability buff FX could become invisible. A fix. That was super annoying. You could like the Discordia buff has this purple flow around her, right? And you can kind of see that. Kukulin got healed more than he was supposed to by Med, so they fixed that as well. And they Dashi adventure, nobody cares. I don't play that adventure. Maybe I should, but as I'm now quoting myself. I said, I'm not playing that anime garbage, I think I call it. I'm sorry. I'm not a big anime. I did power watch Pokemon, and I guess Pokemon is and I watch Avatar. That was also a really good show. Maybe I am an anime fan, and I just don't know. Don't quote me on that. Like the first thing. Like I think the adventure could be cool. I just don't have the time to do it right now. Misk, they adjusted the DJ skins so they can all move while the emotes are active. So that means that Ganesha can be fucking walking around and now like firing his portable like DJ set. It's fucking crazy good. Reduce the planning phase from 30 seconds to 15 seconds. Let's fucking go. That means I'm gonna have to spend less time in the planning phase and reduce the amount of bank time from 60 to 40 seconds. Let's go. That means rank queues or like lobbies are at least gonna be 35 seconds less long. Less longer, like shorter. Okay. Boosters, reduced gem cost, change from 30-day booster. That's max fucking value on that shit. While active booster will provide plus 30 finance point each time a player claims a daily login bonus. That's pretty nice. Added rainbow recall skin, added rainbow level up fix. Okay, console. Every console player when 5.3 hits now will have access to all the VGS commands. They made a new VGS system. I'm sure they're gonna make a video when we get closer to Xbox. I think Xbox is gonna get them in 2 weeks from now. I think they'll get them on the week of March the 7th or March 6th. I think the patch is hitting Xbox. Non-Conquest game modes, Attacker's Blessing, Defender's Blessing, and Specialist Blessing have returned. Those are like the non-Conquest blessings. Oracle's health adjusted, so they made Oracles a bit less tanky, which was needed, but it's still too fucking tanky for me to do, honestly. 80 health doesn't really matter. It's so tanky, that buff, you don't really want to do it. And then they decreased the power of the main buffs by like 6, which means it's way easier to solo buffs now, and I don't really get that, because I think there's a really good flow right now in Smite in general. Moving on to items. Soul Gem's passive has been redesigned to make its interactions with guard abilities more consistent. Guards can successfully hit a target with an ability, including non-damaging abilities, to gain stacks. However, stacks will only be consumed and trigger the bonus effect on damaging abilities. Sorry, I spoke like an idiot there, but it's kind of me. New passive: on successful hit of an ability, you gain 1 stack. At 4 stacks, your next ability will like basically deal damage equivalent to 40% of your magical power, which is crazy. It's gonna be like 300 damage, and you heal yourself and your allies within 20 units for 40% of your magical power, and will consume the 4 stacks. So basically, you're going to be healing. You're going to be healing your team with like a meditation level heal. It's crazy. Anti-heal, please buy anti-heal. Doom Orb updated self buff fixed when Doom Orb passive buff is active. I think Doom Orb is one of the most underrated items in Smite right now. By the way, buy it. Sometimes maybe experiment with it. It's really good. Typhon's Fang, blah 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 blah. Decreased magical lifesteal from 15 to 10. Decreased passive healing bonus from lifesteal from 50 to 40. Rip Anubis, man. Warlock Staff was this insane item, honestly. I feel like when you looked at evolved Warlocks and it's like 600 health, 300 mana, 135 power. Like, this might just be the best item in the game. Now they're reducing the power by 20. Do you think people are still gonna buy Warlocks? Absolutely, because this item, Booger the Dead, is still a thing. So good nerfs here. I like all the nerfs, honestly. Soul Gem, too strong. Doom Orb, that's nice to fix that. Typhon's nerf necessary. I like the Warlocks nerf. Booger the Dead decreased to 25% to 15 mana used from the shield. And I think that's good, because Booger the Dead is like the most broken item in the game. It was like a bulwark on steroids for mages, and it made the tanky build so viable, and mages are crazy. Moving on to crit. Malice and Deathbringers have often been complicated math problem to determine which item was superior. We are redesigning Malice to focus more on ability damage. Characters who likes to build critical chance. As players accumulate critical strikes, they begin to empower their next ability with the last boost in physical power. Decrease physical power by 40, increase crit by 5. New passive: every critical strike against an enemy guard gives 1 stack. At 3 stacks, your next ability that damages an enemy guard will consume the stack and deal bonus damage over time to the first guard hit for 120% of your physical power. Damage is dealt in 3 ticks over 2 seconds. So basically this is like it's like old Malice, but it just triggers on abilities, and now it's more consistent. So you get it after 3 crits, right? So it's pretty good. Pretty good. It's guards only, so you can't really go and stack it off a minion, which maybe I think that probably would have been a bit OP. Rage, Deathbringer, increased critical strike damage. Malice provides spurs for critting enemy guards, and Rage is now the definitive critical strike chance item. Players should be looking for consistent crits. Player looking for consistent crits should be building and stacking Rage. Increased cost by 100 gold, decreased physical power by 10, increased critical chance per stack from 1 to 10. Rage will now provide 40% crit instead of 35. Damn, that's a lot of crit. 40%, holy moly. Alright. Soul Leader struggles to get online quick enough and lacks a punch. When fully upgraded, reducing the stacks needed to evolve Soul Leader while increasing the physical power it gains from when being involved. Decreased stacks needed from 100 to 75. I think that's okay, and increased bonus physical power from and involved from 10 to 20. Soul Leader now provides 60 physical power when fully evolved, up from 50. So this item could honestly be pretty good right now. I have to do some testing with it. I don't think it's like gonna be great in support. This is one I didn't get. Warrior's Blessing is fucking meh. It's so good. So now you get 15 and 15 instead of 10, and decrease the stacks gained from guards from 5 to 3. Okay, so it's a slight nerf in the sense that you don't get that many stacks from assists and kills anymore, which also I think justifies the base protection going up a bit. So I think Warrior's Blessing is going to be even more strong right now. We'll see. Hunter's Blessing, basically it triggered on some like weird scenarios. So when Morrigan's passive is like that, she deals at X percentage of the target's health on a third swing, the AoE swing. So they like changed that, so Morrigan's passive doesn't trigger it anymore. So that was pretty broken. But yeah, Arachne reduced the cooldown from 18 to 16 seconds. Can now have 3 webs at once, up from 2. That's pretty fucking crazy. Honestly, she can like get 3 webs up. She's gonna clear really fast now. Cerberus got an increased tick on his 1 or 2, sorry, and his 3 got an increased range, and the post fire on his ult is way like better now. And Cerberus now crippled for 1.2 seconds after firing this ability. She's also knockback and knock up immune for 1.2 seconds. This ability now auto activates all 3 heads. Pretty good changes, I think. It's gonna make him feel less clunky, which I really like. Freya Change magical life steal from 15 to 5% plus change magical life steal from 15 to 5% plus 0.5% per level, ending at 15. So she was way too strong with the life steal early, so they're bringing her early game back a bit, which was super strong because Hunter's Blessing is a thing on Freya. Khepri is getting buffed. Decreased cooldown on Abduct and Solar Flare I think just make Khepri more viable, but my problem with Khepri is he's still this fat bug, and I love the fat bug. Gonna have to try some Khepri. I think these are really good buffs. I think these are good nerfs as well. I think this is good buffs as well. I kind of like it, although I really dislike Ragni. Scylla got an increased power stack on her ult and increased magical power scaling on her Sigim. That's gonna make her more relevant early. Not early. It's gonna make her stronger late game. I still think Scylla struggles. Struggles like early game and mid game, which is kind of her issue, honestly. Zuket got increased cooldown on the Deathbane, which is super good, and decreased the physical protection reduction, which is also super good. Zuket is just way too strong, and increasing this cooldown makes her less strong. Good nerf, I like it. Ulla got decreased scaling on his 1 and his 3. I don't think it matters too much. It's a step in the right direction, but in my opinion, we really need to see more nerfs to Ulla. And Vamana finally, so it's a step in the right direction basically. And Vamana basically just got a buff to his ult. He increased protection gain by like 10 flat, and they added a target to indicate the hit area for Vamana's basic attack while in Colossal Fury, because it's a bit it's all around, right? So that's it. Good patch, really good balanced patch, I think. Ulla could see a bit more nerfs. I think Hebo might be slightly too strong, but he's getting indirectly nerfed because Warlock's Death and Book of Death. So I think this was a super good patch in general. I hope you guys like this fast patch review. If you did, do you want to see it more slow paced, more in depth, or do you want to see it even quicker? What do you like? I tried to do like a middle thing now, but I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and press the bell, of course. And until next time, peace out.